Neighbors, today I'm very excited. I'm going to share with you a delicious stir-fry paste that you can throw in. It's very Korean style and it just turns everything amazing. Now, I figured it out by accident. It's like when Coca-Cola was invented. Okay, it's not to that degree. But a few weeks ago, I did the Jeju Island pork noodles and then I made a spicy paste that you could add on top. Now, after I did that recipe, I still had some of the paste left over. I threw in some paste, stir-fried it up, and the result was phenomenal. The flavor was just, We're gonna start off with about 4 cloves of garlic. We're gonna season that oil. Katie, how good are these noodles? Tell the people.
I love this noodle.
And then I have some minced ginger here. We want about a half tablespoon. That's good. Then I'm gonna do a handful of my favorite mushrooms. You guys know what this is? This is wood ear. Just think about a log, and if a piece of wood would have ears, it would look like this. Hence, wood ear mushroom. The texture of this is very, very nice. And the only thing that you need to do is slice off the part where it used to stick on to the wood. By the way, we're lucky because in Korea, they grow these fresh and it tastes really good fresh. But most likely abroad, if you can find them, they come dehydrated and you gotta soak it in water. But if you soak it long enough, they get nice and nimble. Then some shiitake mushrooms. I like to use 2. Chop these into thin slices. And the thing about stir fry is, like, if you add too many ingredients, it loses its characteristic. You need to keep it simple. And then I have these beechwood mushrooms. I just love this in cuisine. It just looks so nice. Feel free to use anything local to you. I've been debating this all night. We have a beautiful piece of steak right here. Or what I've been using all week, tepe, samgyeopsal. Samgyeopsal, you know, we use that word a lot. It's pork belly. Tepe is just a certain style of samgyeopsal. It means it's cut very thin and it works beautifully in stir fries. This is very cheap. One of the most popular budget cut meats in Korea. What should I go with, guys? You know how good this one tastes. You choose your destiny, left or right. Eeny, meeny, miny. 2 large handfuls of these thinly sliced pork, right? And the reason that I choose, or maybe a little bit more, right? And the reason why I'm gonna use these pork slices in stir fry is because, you know, the pork slices, especially the pork belly, it has a good amount of fat marbled into the meat. So when you stir fry it, it cooks through, but it doesn't get dry. Whereas the steak, you see there's no fat marbled in, it tends to dry up. So here's the ratio for this delicious stir fry paste. 2 tablespoons of gochugaru flakes. We're gonna crush some garlic. I wanna measure it just to get it right. We're gonna get 1 tablespoon's worth in, and then we're gonna use some seojut, which is the Korean brine shrimp. When you grab it, get some of that brining juice as well. This is a key ingredient. It adds saltiness, but a lot of umami flavor as well. 1 teaspoon in. You can find this in the refrigerated section at a Korean market. Then 1 tablespoon of mirin. Beautiful. Then 1 teaspoon, small tea, of soy sauce. Get that in. 5 or 6 cracks of black pepper. And then we need a little bit of broth. In the Jeju Gogi Guksu Noodles, we used 2 tablespoons of that pork bone broth. But just to make this marinade, we're not going to boil any pork bones or beef bones. That's silly. Just add a little bit of water. We only need 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna just use some chicken stock powder. Or you can use the powdered dashida packets. You know, the one that's beef flavored. That'll work even better. We need very small amount, maybe 1/3 of a teaspoon, small tea. Just mix it in. And then when it comes to boil, this should be enough. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons in. It's 1 and 2. And then we're gonna mix this together. And that hot broth, it's gonna cook the gochugaru flakes slightly, and it's gonna bring out a much deeper taste. And that is our beautiful stir fry paste. You can take a taste of it. Woo! At the mart, I tried out some of these Chinese noodles and they were so good in this dish. Absolutely wonderful for stir fry. I'm not sure how it's called in Chinese, but the English translation, lacy noodles. Try to get your hands on some lacy noodles. This is the one I've been using. Today I wanted to try out a different brand. Let's see if it's also called lacy noodles. I think that's the name, Dao Xiao Mian, or in Korean, 도삭면. Get the water boiling because we're gonna boil the noodles, and then once they're done, we're gonna add them to our stir fry. Let's get our stir fry going. A little bit of oil. And this version is usually how I have it. Put the garlic up front. All right, and once the garlic starts getting going, add a handful of our thin pork slices. A little bit of salt here. The left side, our water is boiling. Let's get that in. Mix that back and forth. If it starts to foam up, Just a little bit of cold water, bring it back down. Half tablespoon of minced ginger. Gonna wait till they get a nice crisp. All right, once they start to get some crisp to them, all of our mushrooms. Mix this together. The mushroom is gonna soak up any extra oil. Now let's add in about 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Stir fry it up. Then a little bit of our oyster sauce. 1 tablespoon as well. It's good. Beautiful, right? Now we're gonna grab our noodles, put them in. Then 1 tablespoon of this beautiful stir fry paste. And now a key step, scoop in some of that noodle water. This will help melt and coat that paste evenly around the noodles. All right guys, and then we'll just mix everything together. That popping sound is the wood ear mushrooms. It contains moistures and steam is erupting from them. Beautiful, beautiful. We can add a little bit more water if you like. Bring everything together. All right, and guys, there it is. This is the more simpler version. Simple, easy, and ultra delicious Daniel's stir-fried noodles. Really simple, right? I mean, it's a stir fry, so use whatever you like. Katie, come try this one. I'm telling you, pork is so much better. That pork belly, it just works so well with the ginger, and then, yeah, you gotta go pork, guys.
Let me see.
Yeah.
It's more juicy. 맛있어. 훨씬 맛있다.
So neighbors, make sure you give that a try. Katie, what do you think?
It's really good.
We have gochugaru all over in our tea.
Really?
So, yeah, we have to say it's good without opening our mouth. Try it at home, guys. Very good. Adios. Adios.